Do you ever get annoyed when an employee or staff member is not turning into a high performance team member fast enough? If so, in this video, I'm going to give you a simple questioning framework that can help them move forward and move at speed gracefully so they can help you grow your business as a leader. Now, the challenge for many businessmen I've worked with is that not having a team member move forward at speed gracefully based on their position in the organizational chart can put a strain on the business owner and sort of get them to look at their future in a very negative way, which isn't good for leadership. So having these great questioning frameworks are really important. Before I dive deep into giving you these simple questioning frameworks, I want you to understand one thing first. You're very clear on the mission of your company. You're very clear on the culture that drives that mission, and you're very clear on where you're taking the company, the vision. Because in what we teach, we call this the spine of a strong company. And I know a lot of companies don't do this. And so if you haven't got a strong spine in your company, it's very difficult to use these questioning frameworks, because it's the spine of the company that actually helps us make great decisions and develop high performers as well, because you're thinking like a high performance leader. And this is very important to understand. So I'm assuming in this video that you're very clear on the mission of your company. You know the values and principles that create the culture that drive that mission, and you're very clear on your 3, 5 or 10-year vision of your company. These are the basic fundamentals of leadership. So when you're in this place and you've got that clarity and certainty about your company, confidence becomes a lot easier. And so now you now can implement these great negotiation skills that I teach in the Get Performing program based on the mission, the culture, and the vision of your company. This one I'm going to teach you is called flipping, where we're using what that team member comes to us with and we're just flipping it. So another thing that I really want you to understand is discipline doesn't work when it comes to developing a high performance team. What really works is inspiration. Remember, discipline is all about controlling someone through fear. If you don't obey us, there's punishment behind this. That doesn't really help someone become a high performer. What really helps someone become a high performer is when they have breakthroughs and they can see progress in their work, they become more inspired. And this is the difference between thinking like a technician in your company, thinking like a manager in your company, or thinking like a business owner. When you think through those frameworks, it can be very hindering to your progress. But when you start developing these high performance leadership skills, it's amazing how you start developing a high performance team. Now, if you're interested in developing these high performance leadership skills, please subscribe to my channel or click the link below in the description and take your leadership tracker. It's free and you'll learn a lot about yourself. So let's dive deep into these questions. As I said, they're called flipping. So what you're doing is just flipping it for this person so they can have their breakthrough. So if a team member comes to you and they're really struggling with something based on a project or task, you can easily ask them the cause and effect question, or you can ask them the performance goal question. They're very similar, but they're different. So if you have more time with a team member, you might want to get to the cause of what's going on, because you're nurturing them in their position in the organizational chart to become a high performer based on the outcome goals you onboarded them with to help your company grow. So this is very important to understand. So a cause question is if they come to you and they're saying something's hard or something's difficult, we use their words and we'll say, what are you finding difficult or hard, using their words to achieve this X, Y, and Z. Now this might be emotional, it might be mental, we don't know. But just by asking the question, we call it like a rabbit in the headlight questions. We get them to stop and think and slow down for a bit because they might be in overwhelm. And And so you're giving them the time and space to work things out for themselves. So this is very, very important to understand. So you flip it. I'll be the team member and I'll come to you and say, I'm finding it difficult or hard to achieve X, Y, and Z. And you'll just flip it. You'll say, what is it you're finding difficult or hard, depending on the words they're using, in achieving X, Y, and Z? That's the cause and effect question. We want to get to the cause of their problem, and it might be personal. It might not be what we think it will be within the business. So this is very important, and this is if you've got time to nurture that team member. Sometimes you haven't got the time. So another way to flip the question is, if they come to you and say, I'm finding it difficult to achieve X, Y, and Z, we use the performance goal method. So we flip it. We'll go, what do you need to know or do so achieving X, Y, and Z will become easy? And there we're looking for the performance goals. And you might not have time to nurture them through the cause and help them have that breakthrough there, but you can help them have that breakthrough through a performance goal. And this also depends on the personality you're dealing with as well. So this is very important to understand. You know, are they more confident? Are they more self-initiating? So either way, we can go to help that person have a breakthrough, feel progress, and feel inspired to get back in the game and achieve the goal or the task or the project you wanted them to do in the first place. Now you might be saying, Jerome, I haven't got time to learn all these questioning frameworks and flipping and all this stuff. You know, I've got too much to do. And my question to the guys in the group is always the same. What's the alternative? Do you want to nurture an employee or staff member into a high performance team member? Or do you just want your company to go around in circles? There's no greater feeling than growing at speed gracefully. And to do that, we have to have breakthroughs and feel a sense of progress consistently. And as your team grow, so does word of mouth. And other people will come and work for your company, just like players want to play for great coaches and great teams. It's human behavior. Well, I hope this video has helped you. Please subscribe to my channel or take your leadership tracker down in the description. And if you want to learn more about high performance leadership, you can always visit my website, getperforming.com.